Hi everyone, Dr. Suneel Dhand, internal medicine physician. Welcome to another video. Why you should accompany mum or dad to all of their appointments. This is so important. This video is obviously targeted at a certain demographic, people who have older parents. There's no set age cutoff, but let's just say for argument's sake, over the age of 75, it becomes very important if you can. Many of you may already be doing this, but if you can accompany mum, dad, or it could be any elderly loved one to their appointments, you're much likely to get a better outcome. Our healthcare systems across the Western world fail millions of people, particularly the elderly, every single year. The two that I have experience with, the United States and United Kingdom, I see these shortcomings all the time. That's not to say there aren't a lot of very dedicated doctors and nurses out there who want to do a good job, but they are frequently so overwhelmed with bureaucracy, their heads are in their checklists and their protocols, and they miss certain things. That's why it's important for somebody to be an advocate of an older patient. This is crucial because how often is something passed off? Oh, that person is just old. That's why that's happening. And something which should be investigated or treated or taken seriously is not done so. And if somebody is a good advocate, you can really help to keep the medical team awake and let them know that you are on the ball and you are not going to let something important go. Never think that you are a burden or that the doctor will mind you, their feelings will get hurt. I say as a doctor, don't care one little bit about the doctor's feelings. This is so important. This is your loved one. This is your mum or dad. You are not there to please the doctor. You are there to make sure the doctor and the healthcare system are doing their job for your loved one. And it's imperative that all of us with failing healthcare systems across the Western world take our own and our family members' health into our own hands. That is the best thing you can do. But I want to focus here on three particular areas to really focus on when you accompany mum or dad to their appointments. Number one, make sure that their medication list is thoroughly reviewed. Are they on too many medications? We have an over-prescription problem. We have some dreadful medication lists out there in our older population. Medications that are excessive and causing side effects and could potentially cause a catastrophe at some point in the future. The statistics are truly staggering. Most over 65s are on at least one prescription pill, and over 50% take 4 or more. And the medications will be piled up over the years, and the doctor won't thoroughly review and look at areas for de-escalation. Again, I'm not blaming every single doctor, but I'm saying that this happens with millions of people. Are blood pressure medications too excessive? Are they on excessive pain or muscle relaxant medications that are making them sedated? Are there any other potential interactions or side effects which are happening every day which are being missed? But you must ask the doctor if there are any opportunities for de-escalation. I love being asked this question. Some doctors may not like being asked this question, but it's a very important one. Not simply a health issue when you're thinking about excessive medications or side effects, but also, especially in the United States, a big cost issue. Why would you want to be on too many medications which are not doing any good and are only causing harm, and the costs are piling up? So you definitely want minimal medications. I'm a very conservative doctor in this respect. The human body is beautifully designed and you want the minimal medications necessary to achieve the desired outcome. Number two, be a strong advocate when something needs to be investigated, when you know something isn't right. Accompany your mum or dad to their appointment and look the doctor in the eye. Hopefully they're looking you in the eye and not at their computer screen. That's a dig there for anyone who watched my recent video on this. Doctors are so overwhelmed with bureaucracy, but we work in life or death situations. We cannot miss things. And it is so important because frequently, an older person, their symptoms will simply be passed off, but you know your mum or dad. If they've gone, for instance, from being fully independent to something completely different within a few weeks, then something is wrong and it needs to be looked at. So tell that doctor bluntly and candidly this is not my mum or dad. Something is really wrong and it needs to be taken seriously and investigated. Whether we start with blood tests, whether it needs some sort of imaging, that's a judgment call. But don't let anyone pass off a potentially serious issue with, oh, that person's old, they're 82 years old. That's why that is happening. If symptoms occur quite abruptly, especially in that age group, it could indicate a potentially serious problem. And there's only a small window to nip something in the bud. And I can't tell you the number of times I've heard stories that there's been an energetic relative, frequently it's a patient's daughter, devoted daughter, who is pushing, but it could be any family member, and then things get discovered, diagnoses are made, all because of the energy of that family member. And I get very frustrated when I hear stories about doctors or other clinicians kind of rolling their eyes. Oh, that relative is by the bedside asking questions, or in a clinic, they are there asking questions at the appointment. What would any doctor expect? What would you want if you were older and you had a problem? Wouldn't you want a strong advocate by your side? Because I'm telling you, it makes all the difference. And my message for anyone out there, when you know something is wrong, please, again, do not worry one little bit about the feelings of the doctor or the medical team. This is your loved one we're talking about. This is your mum or dad. Do not let things go. Be as pushy as possible if you know something is wrong until you're convinced that it has been thoroughly investigated. And finally, number 3, this one is a little bit different, but you can actually use the doctor to reinforce your own message, because a lot of people over the age of 65 belong to that generation where they actually do listen to what doctors say. And I can't tell you the number of times that I've been seeing a patient, their son or daughter will be at the bedside, and they will say to me, "Doctor, can you please tell my mum or dad that they must eat more protein, or that they must be more active and try to walk every day?" And I'll think, that makes perfect sense. Absolutely, that's common sense advice. And I repeat it to the patient and I emphasize how important these things are. Or it could be something else, like taking an important medication. But when I say it, I hear afterwards that they've actually done it because the doctor has told them to do so. So that is an important tool at your disposal as well. If you want something emphasized, which makes total sense, and you think your mum or dad are not doing it as much as they should, then you can go to the doctor and have the doctor repeat what you are thinking, because it's often good advice, and hopefully you have a doctor who will listen to you and realize that this advice is coming from a good place, and yes, it makes total sense. Let me repeat it to the patient. So those are 3 big things that I highly recommend anybody does if they accompany their mum or dad to an appointment. Those 3 crucial areas to focus on. Number 1, medication list. Number 2, making sure that symptoms aren't missed. And number 3, reinforcing messages. As I said, things are missed every single day. This is not deliberate on the part of doctors or any other clinician, but it happens all the time. And you could be the best possible advocate for your mum and dad. Maybe you're already doing that. And I'm sure many people at that stage of life have a lot of other things going on with their own careers, their work, their families. They're very busy. But if you want the best possible outcome for your mum or dad, please try to go to appointments with them and make sure the medical team knows that they've got a great advocate by their side who is totally on the ball and is going to make sure that nothing gets missed, because you really love your mum or dad. Thanks everyone for watching. Feel free to comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Check out my website and my free downloads. Those links are down below. Hit the like button if you like this video and the bell button for more similar videos in the future. That really helps with the algorithm and getting these videos shared as widely as possible. We will speak again next time.